Oh, hey, Rogo, do you make beer? Because it seems like something a white guy would do.
Well, it's true.
And I
A
said,
white 40-year-old. Yeah, that's
I
about
said, no, that's crazy. I used to. Good thing you don't have a podcast. Oh, wait.
right. Yeah. You're just checking all the boxes.
Uh-huh.
I'm white. I'm 40. I do a podcast. I make beer.
Yeah, good
All the
stuff.
all the boxes.
Yep, that's right. Okay, anyway, I also had one of my students today say, Mr. Rogo, for Halloween, you should dress up as the Karen.
And how did he want you to do that?
And that's why I was like, how do I dress up as that?
How, yeah, how,
They, they just had a lot of attitude when they're talking. I'm going to call the cops. And like,
right. It's about
that's not a costume.
yeah. You can dress however you want, but it's about what you say.
But how
That's
funny is that? As a third grader telling me that.
see. It's I listen every time we do this stuff. We talk about how old we sound. Now, like the fact that a third grader is like dress up as a Karen is a very third grader thing to say. Like,
What does it even mean to you? That's what I like.
yeah, exactly. Have you ever
Great.
encountered a Karen? What's your relationship to any Karen? Like, they watch too many videos. Like our parents were worried about us watching too much TV. Like, turn off the TV. It's like you guys watch too many videos. Like,
Hey, at least we were watching Spaceballs. You know what I mean?
there's a
So
big. I think there's a difference, right? Yeah, I think
we're better off than they are.
I think so. It's like we watch Spaceballs and Cheers, and they're watching 30-second TikToks, you know.
Yeah, that's right. We win. We win.
I was this many years old when blank blank blank. That's what they're watching.
Well, here we go, guys. We are entering week 6, and man, can I go back in time and just
Redraft.
sure we could talk about that, but just do this over because
Having a rough year.
it's not going good for me. We're gonna go right to the week that was, and I think we'll just try to go a little more quickly with it. But
Okay.
I just want to go straight to my team, if that's
You
okay.
want to start there?
I want to start where the pain is.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's do it. It was a rough week for you. It's been a rough year for you, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Um,
I
and,
appreciate your honesty.
and before the podcast started, I said you're having a very Josh year. Like Josh is a very good fantasy football player, our commissioner. The last 2 years weren't so good. You've had some championships. You're a good fantasy football player. This
I
year,
appreciate you saying that.
this year is not looking good for you.
You don't know how much I needed to hear that.
Right? Oh, you're about to jump off a building. I need somebody
So
to tell me I'm good at fantasy. That's all I
thank
care about.
God. But this is the thing too with so you below me beat underdogs 112 to 100, and this is the game where it said going into the last game, into the Monday night game,
Right.
I had a 96% chance of winning.
That's crazy to me. That's
And
crazy.
that's before Jordan Love decided to throw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, he decided to show up, throw 3 interceptions.
Right.
Did he throw one touchdown? One?
No,
Yeah,
no.
right.
He
Okay.
ended up with 4 points.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
I think I needed like 15 or 14 to win.
Which you got your quarterback going, right?
He's averaging more than that.
Yeah, you got your quarterback going. You're down, you need 14, 15. You think you have a decent shot, a 96% chance shot, and it just didn't work out for you, man.
Didn't work out there.
Let's see why. Let's go to you. Why didn't it work out?
Well, look, the big reason for me is I have Justin Jefferson is now injured.
Oh, three
Gone
and a half
for
points last week.
Yeah, gone for at least 4 weeks, right?
At least four. He's on the IR. So that 3.5 from Justin Jefferson didn't help because the way he's been playing, if he scored his average, you're good again, right?
Right, yeah.
But injured on IR, not good, not good.
Not good at all. So and then James Cook with a his worst game of the season. So
Yeah,
between those two things and Jordan Love, I mean, I should have won this game.
yeah. It was decent. Otherwise, there's a couple low scores, but Joe Mixon with 11, Kyle Pitts 11.5, which is actually awesome to see. Your defense scored 23, and DeAndre Hopkins 18. So it's like you were primed and ready to take this win. Um, Jordan Love and Justin Jefferson let you down.
They do. I can't blame Jefferson. I can't blame him for an injury, but I can blame Jordan Love, and I do.
And I would too.
Yeah. So, but with this now, what I like seeing was that I had Ridley and Hopkins, and they both delivered. I need that, especially now
That needs to go forward, right?
with Jet. Yeah, and so on Ubalomi's side, it wasn't for Jamar Chase either.
Well, when
all of a sudden,
yes,
I mean, look, and this wasn't just like, hey, yeah, good game. We're talking 44.5 points, good game.
right. And so whoever was playing against Jamar Chase and DJ Moore this last week, especially, like it's hard to come back from a wide receiver scoring 44.5 points.
Right.
Like
because
that.
Look, you got Devontae Smith and Hunter Henry, both guys, and Ramondre Stevenson. Let's put three of his guys in there.
Yeah.
Together got 2.5 points.
Exactly.
Three guys. And he still beat me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to come back from that. Everything went against you. Like Kirk Cousins kind of had his worst game of the season, but he's football wise, but he still scored 23. Right. He didn't look good in the game.
But I think he was worse last week. I don't think he only had 13.
Yeah, you're right. But Gabe Davis 19, that's not an every week thing, but it happened. But you're right. When Jamar Chase made up for all his faults, got him the win.
Yeah, for sure. And he has Cole Kmet on the bench, so he's playing 2 weeks in a row now, or did he just get him last week? I think he went just last week. But you got. I think you got to start playing this guy, right?
It feels like it. It feels like that he's maybe not score 10 or 15 or 20, but he's going to be a consistent tight end for you. And this year, that's all you need, man. The tight end position is so up and down. If you can get somebody that at least has the ability to give you 10, you got to start. Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you now: if you are in my shoes and you just lost your number 1 pick,
yep.
What advice? What are you going to be doing here?
What I'm looking for, if I'm you, is not
how painless can I make the suicide?
Well, that will be on the back burner. So that's on the back burner.
Hills, we're looking rope.
Yeah, no.
But
if I'm you, I'm not looking for waiver wire. I'm because it's picked clean. I'm looking for a trade here if I was you, and you might have to give up one really good person and you then get more consistent or more depth on your team, whether it be Calvin Ridley, whether it even be Justin Jefferson. If I'm in your position at 1 and 4, I wouldn't be opposed to looking to trade Justin Jefferson to make your team more complete. That
would be the only person I would trade. Because I think I would lose too much. I need to win now, and I can't take away people that are going to do something for me. I need to get rid of
exactly.
And I think a team like a Brandon or a Butterfingers, even a Wadsville, if you can have, you can have that Jefferson in like say 5 weeks.
Yes,
huge, right?
Right. That's kind of, if I'm in your position, that's kind of what I'm looking to do. And it sucks to give up somebody like that. But in your position, you need to make a bold move at this point.
That makes sense because I need to win now, and Jefferson won't do that for me anyway. So
you need like 3 in a row right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the only way that's going to happen, and just get some depth, get more consistent down the line.
Okay, and looking at Dan's team, how do you feel about his team overall right now?
So I think he's fine. I think Jamar Chase is going to come on. Obviously, that 2020 hindsight, he scored 44. But what I mean is, it seems like the Bengals are back on track. With a couple weeks in a row with Burrow and Jamar Chase. So I think he's good there. But I think Dan's okay. But I think he needs a few moves himself, right? I don't know how good Ramondre is going to be because the Patriots look like shit. I don't trust Dameon Pierce. Henry, his tight end situation is iffy. He has Kmet now, so that's who you're starting. But I think he's just okay because there's not enough consistency down the line.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Like he's looking at a 500, maybe 1 win over 500. That's what I'm seeing here.
Okay. So speaking of, you said shit, we're gonna go to DeShit. So
perfect.
DeShit winning 96.5 over Effortless to 81.5. So 15-point lead there on that. And so let's look here really quick on Josh's side. Josh Allen 31. Anything that's sticking out to you? I mean, nothing. He only had two players in double digits.
Yeah, that's the thing. So with Josh's team, I think he'll be okay. But like Tony Pollard scored 5 points, which obviously that's gonna turn around. So I think he's good there. Alexander Madison, maybe I'm a little bit worried about. But he has a good team. I just don't think they perform this week. So I'm not that worried about Josh's team. But but it might be this way for the year where you're like a lot of ups and downs.
All right, so he's got Purdy and Allen. Is that? I mean, is that cool? Or you were thinking, hey, you don't need that much?
No, so I think I said it last year. I'm sorry, last week, where
feels like a year.
It does feel like a year
because back then I was only 1-3.
Yeah, I said it last week where I like I like Josh Allen. I'm playing him, and I like having Purdy. But if he's even a little bit worried about his team, I'm looking to move Purdy for another piece because there are a few owners that would love to have a 20-point, 23-point per game scorer quarterback on their team right now. And if you really believe in Josh Allen, I'm looking to move Purdy. And then if he moves Purdy for a couple pieces, his team's gonna look pretty good.
All right, but let me flip that to you.
Yeah.
Would you feel comfortable saying, hey, I'm gonna keep Purdy?
Yes,
and I am more for Josh Allen.
I am comfortable with that. I think maybe Purdy doesn't have the 40-point upside like Josh Allen, 35-point upside like Josh Allen, but he can get you. You're getting 20 from him, right? You're getting 20 from him every week. So if he'd rather, man, he can bolster up a few positions with Josh Allen. I'm okay with it. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid to roll with Purdy the rest of the year and really get some pieces.
I mean, it sounds like we're getting to the hot talkies early.
It is. It's hot talkies, right? Like trade Josh Allen, not Brock Purdy. Because look at his bench, right? He has Gainwell, Michael Wilson, Tyler Algier, Amari Cooper, which is good. He was on a bye. He's strong there. And Chris Godwin, not bad either, right? But he can really have a strong team and get some pieces for Josh Allen. So I'm not saying do it, but I'm not afraid of doing that trade instead of trading Brock Purdy.
Yeah, no, you can get some big pieces, I think, with that. All right, and then on Trev's side, he got the win. Dallas Goedert was his best player with 21.
It's about time, man, because he was supposed to be that guy up there, like a top 3 tight end. You know what I mean? So it's about time he got his points.
And then we got 2 of the 20. So how worried are you with Gibbs? Gibbs with a 0.
I know, dude. I a little bit, I think, because the way Montgomery is looking, it's going to be hard to give Gibbs most the touches. So it's almost like keep Gibbs for next year as a keeper. But it feels like Detroit's saying like we love having Gibbs but we just don't need him right now. We want this year to learn. We want him to get used to the NFL, our playbook, and then go off next year. And so the only reason I would keep him, honestly, is for a keeper next year. But I am a little worried. I'm a little worried. Now, if Montgomery gets hurt, he's golden, right? So sure. You don't trade him. I don't know if you trade him or get rid of him necessarily. Well, obviously you're not dropping him. But I don't know if you trade him necessarily, but I'm a little worried where I'm not starting him. That's kind of where I'm looking at. He's not a starter for me. You do Kyren Williams.
Yeah.
Starter.
Yeah. No, for sure. My other question though with him, so if Tua can have a stronger game, I think he'll be fine.
Sure.
But this week, Trev got the win, and he only would have beat 3 teams.
Yeah, right. I hear you.
This is one of those wins where this is what I need. I need these wins where it's like, oh my god, you get a lucky break and you can take advantage of it.
Well, see, no, yes, yes, and I agree with you, and it's like it's almost like maybe Trev sees that, and maybe that's a trade partner for you for 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 Justin Jefferson because he has Waddle, who's good. Well, didn't score that much, but he's good. But his second receiver was Chris Olave, 10.5, which is fine. But I bet someone like Trev would love a Justin Jefferson and could use him. And you get back your pieces. Maybe you get back a Gibbs, or maybe you get back a Kyron Williams, and go that way. But
Well, both of them.
oh well, for Justin, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Trev's going to be fine. He's playing me this week, so but he'll be okay. He has a really good team. I think it's that Gibbs.
Sure. But Chubb goes 3-2. After this goes to 2-3. The next thing we got on the radar is insane. Well, Wadsville winners.
Yeah, I know, dude.
And Vandalizers.
2 weeks in a row.
181.
Yeah.
To 113.
I think
that's the second highest scoring game we've ever had.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the beginning of the year, really liking Wadsville. It took a couple weeks to get going, but it seems like it's really turned on now, and that's with 12 points from Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, right.
Not 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good point.
So he only got 12 from Christian McCaffrey and 6.5 from Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And he rolled through everybody. Now I will say George Kittle scored 25.5. That's going to happen like 3 times this year. So that's not normal, but
Kurt's getting 29. That's going to be fine. That's going to happen.
That's not, but 30 from his defense as well.
Mm-hmm. And then right now, I mean, DJ Moore, that's not going to happen. The 45. But
not gonna happen. 45 is not going to happen, but it feels like maybe they found their connection. You know what I mean? And he's going to be a super solid number 1 receiver for him.
Yeah, sure. And then the Saints beat 30 points. I mean, you can never expect that.
No.
So really, these are like steroid numbers.
For sure, it was a weird week because I will say his bench, 0, 0, half, 2, 1.5, and then 10. So his starters, they need to stay healthy for him, right? They for sure.
Yeah, the Pacheco thing is looking pretty good now for Wadsville. Now, how worried are you with Henry?
I don't like it. He doesn't have choices, so he's going to have to start him. But maybe I lied. I'm almost at a point where I'm because he flexed Pacheco. I might be starting Pacheco and flexing Derrick Henry or somebody else depending on the week, right? Whether it be Christian Kirk, maybe. You're flexing him. He doesn't have a lot of choice, like I said, on his bench. So I'm that might come to bite him a couple weeks in the season because his starters need to really perform. But I am worried. I'm not necessarily starting him every week. It may be a flex option for Derrick Henry going forward.
Yeah. All right. And then with Vandalizers, man, it's just again, he would have beat
113,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams.
8, yeah, and then plus him, so 8 out of essentially not even 12 because him
11, 8 out of 11, yeah.
Yeah, 8 out of 11 . So no,
that's just an unlucky opponent face.
Yeah,
13 is not a bad score.
No. That wins a lot of weeks for sure. So I'm not, so you can't be that worried if you're Vandy's, even though he's 0-5 now.
Yeah,
and so these are the weeks we talk about. If you lose, it's detrimental. You're scoring 113. You happen to play that person that scores 180. Those weeks are so crucial to win. And if he just had a different opponent, like 80% of the league, he would have won and got himself to 1-4, right?
What's interesting is that this game is the biggest blowout, and yet he scored more. Than 8 other teams. I mean, it's just like what?
Yeah, it's bananas. So it's a good team, man. Like between Swift and Kamara and Goff and AJ Brown, and even Michael Thomas. It is a good team. So I will say this though. So Vandy's has Trevor Lawrence on the bench, right? So maybe that's a move you can start looking at, like, or Goff, right? One or the other, because he's 0-5. Either he tanks and tries to get the first pick, or if he wants to make moves, it looks like his one asset is a Trevor Lawrence, and maybe you think about that to
Yeah,
pick
but
up.
who's in the bite right now in Trevor Lawrence? In 5 games,
I hear you.
he's 21.
I hear you. I hear you. And but I think he's too good to keep that going. You know,
I agree, but I think the key for vandalizers now really is Michael Thomas needs to at least get a touchdown.
Yeah,
he gets a touchdown with what he's doing.
Yeah, he's picking up targets and catches, right?
12 to like 18 points.
Yes, yeah. When you have somebody with that many targets or that many catches, yeah, I agree. But I mean, look though, I mean, he had DK on a bye, which is fine. But you're starting Lazard, so like I'm saying, you can maybe bolster his wide receiver crew there, but it sucks being 0-5 as Vandy's because it's on a horrible team, right?
Right. Actually, I like it better than a lot of teams that have wins.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, so it's tough for him, but he still needs wins though. So he needs somebody, and as far as an asset, to get maybe that one piece to get him going. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the Butterfingers and Pazools game. If you want to call it a game.
That's okay. Let me ask you a question, because it ended 80-80 in a tie, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you. I thought that we voted last year to do decimals. I thought that was a vote and part of the scoring. Is that?
I remember it coming up. I don't remember if we actually voted or if we all passed out by that point.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe it's just something that came up, but we didn't settle on it. Because
it's been brought up before in the past.
Because I get ties have a place in football and in fantasy, but more so than football, than actual football in fantasy.
I wonder if it came up for just playoffs.
No, you can't change the score for playoffs. No way.
Well, no, because you need to clearly have a winner for playoffs.
Oh, for sure.
In the regular season.
Right. So maybe that was a compromise where we wanted to do decimals, but it's like, hey, let's do just playoff decimals so we don't have, because we can't have ties. But I'm saying, like, in real football, there's a place for it. But in fantasy, it feels like you need winners, man. Like I don't, you don't care about ties?
Well, if we all need winners, that means we all need losers too, don't we?
Well, yeah. So no ties.
Okay. So look, can I get real with you for a minute?
Oh, please.
This is why I don't like going to decimals.
Okay, I'm interested.
It's just not as pretty.
No. Okay, I'm done.
I like the number. No. I like the whole number.
Well, it's always 0.5 though. There's 0.5 or whole.
Well, you can still tie with a 0.5.
Well, yeah, we've seen it. So
right. So you gotta, but that's still fine. I'm okay with a 0.5, but I don't want a 0.317. I almost did pi. I realized, but I just don't. Like, I get it. Not as pretty.
And I will say this, as far as like no ties it's a preference for me as well, because I want winners. So it's not like ties ruin the league, but I just rather not see a tie.
See, I like the tie because the tie was huge last year. We're getting into the playoffs. I think it was the Butterfingers. There was a team that a tie.
There was an early tie, and we said on the podcast, that's going to come back. It's going to come back at the end of the year,
and that's what pushed them over, because they had that one. Like, oh great,
a
win percentage.
Yeah, it is preference. I get it, man. It's just like, and maybe people don't care about ties as much as me, but it's a preference. But I don't want to see ties.
And I always wanted to go with, hey, if you tie, I would prefer, hey, just pick one player on the bench. It has to be a flex position, as that's who you're going to go off that point if we tie.
Yeah, but then every game we got to pick a
Well, but this is where I would say in the season keep the tie, but in the playoffs then you pick a player.
Well, obviously we can't.
Look, that if you want to win and you have the tie, helps you win, right? If it helped a
I get
team
it.
last year get into the playoffs,
No, it's
that
gonna
helped that team win.
help one team get to the playoffs and keep one team out of the playoffs. I get it.
So will a win and a loss though, too, right? So I mean, it all I
Okay.
think gets right in the end to me. But anyway, crazy 80-80.
Yeah, tie ending up tying. A lot of it with Dak 6 points because that was the Monday night game.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah, so
Dak ran
Fazools
extra 10 yards,
could have the win pretty darn easy with right there, right?
Because you're given 49ers is a good defense, but you still expect more than 6 from Dak, right?
For sure. And hey, look at this Brees Hall, 25.5. That's great to see.
Yeah, it feels like that's going to be the thing going forward. Like, they know he's healthy. That's his thing.
That is the thing. And then if Devontae Adams could have scored more, only 6 points.
Well, that's another one. You want more from Devontae, which he would probably the rest of the season. This is going to be his lowest point total. You know what I mean? So
right. So with Fazul's team, looking at his team, so he's got Eckler coming back.
Yes,
that's great. Nico Collins is a stud, but he's showing to be now a little inconsistent.
Yeah, and it might be the Houston team that's inconsistent, right?
That's true. I mean, his ceiling is 31.5 right now, and then his floor is 4.
Yeah.
And he's done that twice now.
I hear. Yeah, it's tough. But like he has Rachaad White coming back as well, which no matter how many points he has scored, but he's getting like 70-80% of the rushes. Like he's going to be the one you want. So it could just been a matter of a bye week issue with Fazools, and he's going to be fine going forward. You know what I mean?
Do you feel so? Of course, we know how we feel about Najee Harris, right? That's just not happening. But how do you feel with the quarterback situation right now for Fazools? Prescott and Geno Smith.
It's a C- maybe.
Would you find a trade here with Vandy's? Maybe get Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
you give up too much.
I don't know what you can get for Fazul's quarterbacks, right? Because we've seen them both, and they've both been, C quarterbacks. So I don't know what you can get for them. But
for sure, the one move I'm making in Fazul
is a quarterback move. If it's whether it be Purdy, whether it be Trevor Lawrence, I'd be willing to give up some stuff for that to have a quarterback that I know won't get me 6 points. That maybe that's the move I'm making for Fazools because that's the one piece. If I'm him, I'm a little iffy on.
Got it. And here I was thinking maybe this would be the first week that Butterfingers might get a loss, but instead, no, it's a tie.
I know. I wish for sure he was going to get a loss. I was like, yes, he's finally going to be 4-1, and he can start going down. Cause I think is he in my league? He's in my division. But either way,
I think I want Fong to do my taxes because he's always going to find a loophole.
Something, dude. He can't lose. He fucking can't lose this year.
That's good stuff. So Lamar Jackson, only 9 points though.
Rough. But did you watch that game at all? Like so many touchdown drops, so many completion drops. Like Lamar was on route for like a 23-point game. Like you know what I mean? He's fine. His receivers iffy.
Okay, and then his running backs, he lost Connor for who knows how long.
And Aaron Jones, which he said, "Oh shit, I guess I got to keep him in." He'll probably be back next week, but you got Justice Hill, you got Jonathan Taylor now. You know what I mean? So he might be okay. But the running backs maybe are a question. They seem good, but with Connor out, who knows?
Right. And then Tyreek's a machine, so you're fine there. Laporta's been doing great. But
he's everything everyone thought Dalton Kincaid was going to
be. Okay, there you go. But then Thielen, you got to start playing this guy, right? I mean, Thielen is making a case.
So here's the thing. Yes, he's making a case. It feels like he's the guy in Carolina. But I'm on Butterfinger's side where I'm like, I don't trust it, man. One of these weeks, it's going to crumble. In my mind, right?
Here we go. 2 points.
Yeah.
16.5, 25.5, 10.5, 21 and a half.
I hear you.
Targets 2, 9, 14, 8, 13.
Yeah. Listen, I agree with everything you're saying, but I'm still in the camp of I don't trust it. I don't trust it
for me. Never play Thielen for the whole year, but just hold him. Think, I know it's week 14. I just don't trust him.
But here's the thing, right? He has Tyreek Hill, he has Terry McLaurin, he has Michael Pitt.
I'm playing Thielen over McLaren right now.
I know it's the talent. McLaurin's better talented, but it obviously it's not showing. But I don't trust it. I'm
playing him over Pittman too.
I'm with Butterfingers, man. I don't know. I
would play Tyreek Hill, and I would play Thielen, and of course now you're playing Cup.
Well, now you're playing Cup for
right.
Sure.
So I think trade bait.
Well, you're no maybe
Warren Pittman or Thielen.
I mean, you're playing Tyreek Hill and Cup, and then you're thinking out the flex between his other wide receivers.
Well, he doesn't have running backs right now, so you know.
Well, he put up a thing where he was looking for running backs. He's a couple.
What I'm saying is, you play Thielen now. You can flex him.
I know. Listen. I don't think you're.
You never liked that white boy. So
I drafted him 2 years in a row. What are you talking about?
You never liked
him.
He
was my star wide receiver for 2 years in a row. So
you have no love. No love for Thielen. You got no feeling for Thielen.
You're wrong. But
you lost that love in Thielen.
I let them don't even. Okay, so I'm gonna have a message to Butterfingers. Butterfingers, I'm with you. I don't trust it either. I don't know when I would start him. I don't know.
I'd do it now. All right. Moving on to Jazzy Jeffs and taking you ass back to school. At least someone could beat an undefeated team.
Finally.
Thank God.
Finally.
Jazzy Jeffs, 121 to taking us back to school, 107 and a half. And wow, we got to hand it to him. This was, we both picked taking us back to school to win this game.
Yeah. And he looked all right for the most part, honestly.
Well, he messed up.
Yes.
So look, Mahomes 23, Kelsey 17, and I thought he was hurt. It looks like he played, so he's fine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the magic of Taylor.
Here's the thing. So we're with you. We both picked taking your ass. I thought he would start Zach Moss. And
that's the mistake.
And he would have won. Yeah, he would have won. I will say to his defense, I get the weariness with Jonathan Taylor back.
Uh-huh.
I know they're talking about him on a snap count, but I get the weariness. Now, against taking your ass back to school, his other option was Cordell Patterson.
Right.
And that's where I probably would have still started Zach Moss. And I was telling you a little earlier, if he had Tyler Algier instead of Cordell Patterson or someone else, I would have got starting somebody else. But the fact that he didn't really have another option, because Cordell Patterson is not another option. So the fact that he didn't have another option, it makes me like, but I do get the hesitation with Jonathan Taylor back.
I get it, but it's his first week back. So I didn't expect anything much from Jonathan Taylor, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if that's true, why didn't Paul play Jonathan Taylor?
For sure. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So he didn't play Jonathan because he knows it's the first week back. I mean, how involved is he going to be? He's kind of rusty. There's still hate or, dislike, and who knows what's going on there.
No.
Zach Moss has been killing it. So even if Zach Moss does a half of the game that he's been doing, it's still been pretty good.
No.
Right? And Cordell Patterson, the week before, that's what his first week back was the week before that.
Right.
And he was on one offensive snap.
Absolutely. And that's what I mean. So this is, for me, not 2020 hindsight. The fact that your only other option was Cordell Patterson, I would have started Zach Moss, even though I get the hesitation. But I not with who he had. I would have started him, but it got him the loss. You know what I mean? That's ultimately that's the one decision that got taken your ass back to school, the loss, because otherwise he looked all right. His defense scored 21, 17 from Kelsey, 16 from Puka, 14 from Mostert, and 23 from Mahomes. He's fine. But now the question is, like I was saying a little before, going forward, the decision to start Zach Moss gets harder because the more Jonathan Taylor plays, the more touches he's gonna get.
Sure. So do you still play Moss this week or not?
Maybe I play him one more time, but he
I
still has Jerome Ford though, right?
Yeah.
The number one, and he got Jeff Wilson, which I wouldn't start, but now I'm and by the way, there's a possibility of Khalil Herbert being hurt, so having Roshan Johnson next week is actually good. So I'm of course Patterson's gone, but it's going to be a tough decision between Moss, Roshan Johnson, and Jerome Ford.
Okay, so here's my question about the no running back drafting, right?
Sure.
Does it still count if it turns out that you didn't mean to draft good running backs, but you still got them?
Yeah.
I think that's what that means, right? I think
Doesn't
if
count.
you have a no running back draft, it means your running backs suck.
It has to mean, yeah, you have to mean to do it.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so because he's in a good situation on that.
Well, a lot of them they're all pickups, right? Zach Moss,
No,
Jerome.
I mean, no, he drafted Mostert and stuff. And
Oh, no, Mostert for sure, absolutely. But everyone
Yeah,
else,
sure.
he picked up, which is, hey, to his credit, he got right. We all have the chance to get these running backs, and he got them. So he's somehow very solid, and with running backs. So
all right, so then on Jazzy Jeff's side, good to see Joe Burrow. Which one?
yeah. Looks good. He looked good, and I think it's going to kind of grow from there this year. He's looked like Joe Burrow, so I think we'll be okay.
And then Pickens 23. Who was throwing the ball? And I thought Pickett was hurt. Who was?
No, he played. Kenny Pickett played.
Oh, he did play. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I dropped him, so then I didn't care anymore.
But I don't think he scored well. It only went to Pickens, so he didn't score well. Pickett didn't score well, but he was quarterback though.
All right, so with looking at Jazzy's team, Barkley, he's getting close coming back.
Yeah, more than likely next week or this week, I should say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, more than likely.
So that'll be good because right now, so Brandon is now 4-1. Jazzy's 2-3.
Mm-hmm.
With Burrow, if Burrow's back and if Barkley's coming back, I feel good about Jazzy.
Looks a lot better because he still has Debo. He has Pickens, who's had a great year. He still has Hawkinson. Only scored 7.5, but it's still T.J. Hawkinson.
Mm-hmm.
And he, I think he looks okay with Barkley coming back. Drake London and Courtland Sutton look good tonight. So I think he'll be all right. I think overall he's 2-3, but I think Jazzy will be okay eventually.
All right. And then go to the last game of the week was Prestige Worldwide and Noel and 140.5 to 98.5. Prestige Worldwide taking care of business.
I was supposed to lose by 25.
Yeah, you were the biggest underdog coming to the week.
Yeah, I was supposed to lose by 25. But had a couple people really show up, which helped.
One that is just kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
ETN.
So
surprised me 33.
So 33 surprises me. Yeah. Travis Etienne doing well doesn't surprise me because he is the clear number one guy there. And that's all you can ask for is touches with running backs. You know what I mean?
Well, look, his high previously was 17.5 and his low was 5.
I get it.
So 33 surprises me.
Yeah, 33 surprises me, but not him doing well. I think he's going to be okay for this year. It might have taken 5 weeks. But I this is why I drafted him because I think Tank Bigsby's okay, but I think Jacksonville, this is their guy, and all I really cared about was having running backs that are going to be the main guy, and that's what Travis Etienne is.
All right, okay, fine. I'm not saying he's the number one. I just think 33 is a little crazy. Justin Fields 40. I buy that way more than the 33.
I agree. I think 33 is going to be probably the high for Travis Etienne this year. For sure. But I think he's going to be good to go.
All right, and then Spears though 14. Now that's interesting.
Well, this is where
anything going on. I don't know what's.
And this is not the only week, right? Derrick Henry has had essentially one good week. And I think Tajay Spears is not going to be like a 25-point scorer, 20-point scorer, but he's taking more and more snaps as the year goes on. And I think this is going to be Tennessee's guy. And I'm happy I have him. He's not going to be a starter. The only reason I started him because not Kendrick Miller. I'm sorry, Kenneth Walker was on a bye, so I had to start somebody. But I'm very happy with my Tajay pick. Like he's coming into the realm of this may be my keeper.
Okay, yeah, sure, all right. Especially to see what's going to happen next year with Henry, right?
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah. Now, Fields 40 points 2 weeks in a row, just being a monster again. This is great.
What fucking after the week I pick up a second quarterback, Justin Fields starts going off.
That's fine. Too bad you didn't play that second quarterback.
Whew.
Still would have mattered. You would have won, I think. But
yeah,
look, what now? Are you now changing your mind with Tank Dell and Addison?
So Addison, not with Justin Jefferson out.
Right. So now did that change your mind? You're going to start playing Addison.
Oh, for sure. There's 4 weeks in a row. I'm not going to even look at Tank Dell's at him at all. It's going to be 4 weeks in a row. Addison starting for sure.
Got it. Okay, and then looking at Noel, so you go to 3-2. Noel also 3-2. So both teams are still doing quite well. He had to go with Dobbs at QB because Herbert was on a bye.
As we're talking, sorry,
a little bit of a blowout.
Real quick, as we're talking, I got the notification that Taking Your Ass Back to School has dropped Cordell Patterson. Breaking news.
You heard it here first, guys.
Breaking news.
So this won't be posted until like 2 days later. Breaking news.
Okay, but go ahead with Noel.
So Nolo Montgomery 19. So that's Diggs 20. Now he does have the injury with Achane.
Mm-hmm.
So that hurts.
Very much so.
Does he have enough? He doesn't for running back. But but he was flexing him. So he's still fine because he's got some great flexes still on his bench.
He'll be okay. Like because you got Keenan Allen and Josh Palmer that you can flex. You got Jerry Jeudy you can flex. So he'll be okay in the flex until HN comes back and kind of go from there. But if he comes back and Mostert's done well and Jeff Wilson has done well, and so they're not giving him as much. I mean, HN's really good. So, but he's okay for the 4 weeks or whatever he's out, with Keenan Allen and Josh Palmer.
All right, so that's our teams. Let's just talk standings really quick, and I want to see is like, are we believing these teams now?
Yeah. Okay.
We talked a little bit about what they need to do, or what are we worried about, but let's go to this field's hot division. So that's Butterfingers in the lead with 4-0. Prestige 3-2, Jazzy 2-3, Vandy's 0-5. Okay, right away, I don't buy Vandy's as an 0-5 team.
No, he'll be okay, but has he dug himself into big of a hole at 0-5?
Well, yeah, sure. I'm not saying playoffs. Sure. I'm just saying
he's not an 0-5 team.
He's not an 0-5 team. There's still on points scored. There's still 4 teams below him.
Right. But he also had a lot scored against him, right? He has 670 points scored against him, which is by far the most in the league. But the next is 5.
Well, 100 of that was just done by Watson.
Well, yeah. So 593 is the next, but he by far he has the most against him, so he is going to be okay. Again, I think the hole's too big, but he won't be an 0-5 team.
This is what I'm going to tell you right now. Butterfingers is going to win his division because of the tie.
So if that was a loss, maybe I had a chance.
There you go.
4-1 versus 3-2. Okay, that's fair.
I come back and bite you.
Okay,
that's a very tough division.
It's
those 3. I think Vandy's is good, but I think you're right. I think he's too far out.
Yeah. If he got a couple breaks here and there, and he was 2-3, or something, maybe it's a little better. But yeah. I think it's a 2-way race only because the other 2 are kind of too far deep.
So now in the Mudsuckers, this is close. 2 teams have 3-2. Fazul's 2-2 in the tie, so that could come in handy.
Yeah, this could be anybody, man.
I don't know.
This could be anybody. Noel looks Vong and Noel looks very good, but there's not a lot of leeway there to make any more mistakes. It's a very close. Even like I said, even you below me at 2 and 3. This one is tough. I think Noel eventually still takes it,
That's
but
what I'm thinking too right now.
but if something happens, man, it's easily there for the taking.
And then in the Win Pigs Fly division, taking us back to school 4-1, Wadsville 3-2, Effortless 2-3, Underdogs 1-4. I said right before we recorded that I'm looking to win 3 games.
That's your hope.
Yeah, and
So
I'll be happy.
I will say this. Like, for instance, we talked about Vandy's being 0 and 5. You being 1 and 4, I'm way more worried about you at 1 and 4 than Vandy's at 0 and 5. You know what I mean? It's tough. I think Effortless is okay. And Wadsville's on a roll. I think it's going to last. I think he overtakes Taking Your Ass Back to School for the year, but it's I think this one's a 2-man race as well. And it might be. I know 2 of them make the play. I think Taking Your Ass and Wadsville both make the playoffs.
Yeah.
One of them will be a wild card, but they both make the playoffs, which is one less spot for another second place team.
Okay.
Might be
You know what? As hot as Eddie is right now, I still think Brainerd can do this.
okay.
So, but anyway. All right. So let's go. Was there any big moves on the wire?
Not really. Nothing. Yeah, nothing huge. Airdrop. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I don't think anything big. KJ Osborne was picked up, of course, because Justin Jefferson is out. So he was signed for 31 by you below me. So I think that's a good pickup.
There's a lot of bids on that one, right? No, there's no bids on that one.
Which is weird, right? Being that Justin Jefferson is out, nobody else even bid on him, because usually I get on people for bid 31 and no one else bid, but I thought there'd be a couple more people going off for KJ, being that Justin Jefferson's out.
I mean, I thought about it. I have Jefferson. I thought about it.
Yeah. Would you have bid 31?
No.
Okay.
But I did go for Amari DeMarcado.
Yeah.
DeMarcado.
Yep.
Nope. How do I say it?
DeMarcado.
DeMarcado. Thank you. I did go for Amari DeMarcado. And this was close, man. $24 was the winning bid by Butterfingers, but there was a 23 and a 21.
Oh, wow. Which I get, right? With Connor out, he's going to be the guy. I was looking at like scouting reports of him, though, because I debated bidding on him. I was looking at scouting reports, and even though he's going to be the number 1 guy, just like nobody just liked him. Like, he's not that good. So I think it's going to end up being more short drop downs, and maybe Zach Ertz gets more play. I don't know how good he's going to do, but it was good, 24 and for a number 1 running back on the team. So,
all right. And then the big news that I just want to let the whole league know that I did finally drop the Chiefs receivers.
So you dropped somebody that scored tonight, by the way.
No, who scored?
Kadarius Toney.
God dang it.
He scored tonight.
Was
You
it
would
a
have played
lot?
him anyway. No. It was 1 score, but not a lot of yards.
All right. Well, Tony's out there now, guys, and so is Sky Moore. So have at him. All right.
Okay, so we got Dalton Schultz got picked up by Effortless. I think actually a great pickup. Musgrave wasn't doing anything for 11, but who was the other bid? Was any other bids for Schultz?
There was no.
Okay. 11's really good. I think 11's decent for Dalton Schultz.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry. Fazul put 3.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, that was good. All right. Well, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. The rest are just some defense.
Yeah, it's just picking up defenses. Like we're good. We're good.
All right. Let's go to the weekend. Shall we? We're gonna go with You Below Me and Butterfingers. And we are recording this on Thursday night, so the games have already been played.
1 game.
That game hasn't been played.
Yes.
Right. Thank you.
for the correction.
You're welcome.
You asshole. All right, so Butterfingers is a 54% favorite over You Below Me. And also really quick, the week from last week, Chris won 3-0 with a tie, and I'm just embarrassed because I'm now down. I'm down like 4.
What's the fun? What's? I mean, we have the total.
No, we don't need to have the total. But
You're down 4 though.
no, we don't need it. That's fine. No, maybe I'm up by 4. Who knows?
No, you're not.
No, it doesn't matter. So, regardless, Butterfingers though 54%. Right now, 107 projected to 103. Let's see if this holds.
Okay.
Who do you like?
All right. So we got Butterfingers with Lamar, Jonathan Taylor, who now he's like, oh shit, I better play this man. But I kind of feel like a 7-point game from Jonathan Taylor as well.
Look at that. Thielen's in the lineup.
Well, there you go. Just like you wanted. He has Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, and Adam Thielen. Monster.
It's a whole new team from what he's been playing.
It is. That's a monster wide receiver crew right there. How they've been playing. And fucking the way if we did a redraft, fucking Adam Thielen would go in the second round right now. But Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, Sam Laporta, who's on a roll, Tyler Bass and Cowboys D, like it. Butterfingers has Kirk Cousins, Damian Pierce, Ramondre, Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith. I'm looking at Butterfingers here and more than the 4 or 5 points that he's projected to win. I think this is a crazy week for Butterfingers here.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just too much.
It's a tough team to beat, man. It's a killer team. So
yeah, we're gonna go to Nolan Wattsville, and right now Wattsville they got Nolan with a slight edge.
Yeah. So slight edge. I got 108, 112. Is that what you see?
Well, that was the original thing. So, but I'm looking at after the game tonight.
Oh, okay. So
now it changed because it was favoring Wattsville.
All right, let me go to
Now it's
scores.
favoring Nolan.
Okay, now we're okay. So I got
114 to 109.
114, 109. I see that too. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it changed.
Big 12 from Pacheco, but 17 from Chiefs D, which was nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Noel with Herbert and Brian Robinson and David Montgomery with Diggs and Wilson, which I like. Hurts and then Wadsville got Hurts, Derrick Henry, McCaffrey, Zay Flowers, DJ Moore. So I don't know. Now I don't know about the Henry pick, man. Who else is he going to play besides Henry? Kirk, Kittle. Okay, here we go. Sorry. So I'm looking at these teams I like. Ooh, I like Noel. I like Noel to go 4-2.
So do I.
Yeah, god damn it. Okay.
No, you don't. You should be fine. The more that I pick like you, you're gonna win. Vandy's and Effortless. Now, right now, this is barely an Effortless game, but 3-point lead they got for Effortless.
Yeah, 104, 107. No
Do
game.
we agree?
So Vandy's with Goff and Kamara and Swift. I love it. AJ Brown, I love it. DK against Cincy. We got and then Effortless with Josh Allen, Alexander Madison, Tony Pollard, Olave, and Ayuk against Cleveland. So I think even though Effortless is projected to win by 3-4 points here, I'm taking Vandy's. Yeah, I'm taking Vandy's.
I was gonna take Vandy's too.
Oh Lord!
I'm not gonna.
No, don't do it just for that, dude. Get your. Well, maybe you want to get some points back.
That's what I'm wondering, but I was gonna go Vandals as well.
I don't know if this is the game to do it though, man.
I know, but I'm gonna go Effortless.
All right, I got Vandy's.
He's been making me pay for it all year long. So
I get it.
Gosh, it hasn't worked out once for me. No, wait, that's not true. It's worked out once for me. Taking us back to school again, Fazools. And prior to the game tonight, taking us to school was supposed to win anyway. And it's only increased.
Right. So Patrick Mahomes with 19 points tonight. average, fine. But Travis Kelsey scoring 16 and a half has taken her ass back to school a 60 to 40%, in the winners bracket. So taking your ass back to school has Jerome Ford and Mostert, which without Mostert without Achan, has Puka and Mike Evans and Andrews, with Prescott for Fazools, Eckler, Hall, Nico, and Devonta. I have Devontae Adams. I like Devontae Adams and Brees Hall and Eckler quite a bit. Okay, so it's easy with the points here. I guess I'm gonna go taking your ass back to school. He still has a chance to put Roshan in there or Zach Moss in there. So I'm going taking your ass for the win.
All right, I'm actually going for Zools.
Even though it's 60 to 40,
Look, Eckler's back.
yeah,
Brees Hall, on a roll.
I think so.
Collins is good. Now, we don't know sure about Adams because he still might not play, but then on the bench, we still got, Rashad White, so that could be flexed, and Marcus Brown could play for Adams. So he's got options, and I don't know.
And T. Higgins might be back. T. Higgins might be back.
19's not a lot from Mahomes, though. That's Dak Prescott territory.
That's scary. No, Dak Prescott's 6 points territory.
Yeah, you're probably right. But what I'm saying, when you get under 20 from Mahomes,
Yes,
I think you have a chance.
That's a win. That's a win for the opposite team.
Yes, it is. That's a favorite.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna say he's gonna capitalize on that.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go with the shit and taking you and Prestige Worldwide.
All right. Again, so another
Originally very tight.
very tight.
Now it is shifted.
Yes.
To this kicker going for 18 points.
Yeah, so
it's a 60-40.
60-40, I'm in the losing column there. And the shit's kicker, Harrison Butker, 18 points, which does not help. I think McPherson can match that if you really wanted to, though. So the shit has Tua going with Kyron Williams and Bijan, Waddle and Atwell. Oh, I love him starting Atwell. Goddard and Gibbs, and I love him starting Gibbs. Yeah, man. I still have Fields going with Kenneth Walker, ETN, Amon-Ra, CeeDee Lamb. Come on, Darren Waller and Addison. I'm winning this. I don't care 60-40. I'm winning this by 10 plus. Book it.
All right, it's booked. I agree with you. I think you're gonna win. I think it's hard because of the Butker 18. That makes it hard.
But McPherson can do that. But
I just Gibbs and Atwell is just underwhelming to me.
yeah, I love the fact I got Amon-Ra and Addison going as basically the number one in Vikings in Minnesota.
And what I will say with Bijan Robinson, I didn't mention this earlier. We were talking about his team. It's good.
Yeah,
but that's what it is. It's good.
Yeah, it's going to be better, and I think eventually he's going to be the dude. Like, because the eye test with Bijan is holy shit. This dude is going to be 8 years killer.
Sure. But even this year, I think from week 13 on, he's got some really weak defenses. Oh,
he's going to be great, man. Yeah. If
right now, I'm saying his high is 18.
I get it.
His low is 7. He's averaging 13. When you make this your number one pick,
but he's averaging 13 with not a lot of touchdowns, and it's just his eye test. He looks fucking amazing, dude.
Right.
So
I'm saying, but if he keeps only getting 13,
no, I get it.
You know what you need. You want close to that 20, right?
It sucks that he was.
You want ETN numbers.
You want that 33, baby. It sucks that he was his first round pick because it's almost like you almost have to keep Bijan because he's going to be fucking good.
Oh, no, I agree.
Yeah, so.
Okay, then we got Jazzy Jets underdogs. And right now, it was once a close game.
Yeah.
It's not so much now. Jazzy, well, it's still sort of.
No, 99-95, 4 points. Because you only got 5. You only got 5 from McLaughlin, but it's still 46-54%. Like, it's still very close.
I don't love his team.
So Burrow, Josh Jacobs, Chuba Hubbard. He's not going to keep Chuba, right? Because he has Barkley that he's going to probably start.
But then how
if if he plays. I think he is. I think. I'm gonna assume Barkley's gonna be in the starting lineup, and it's gonna bolster him a little bit more. But I don't like the Ritter pick. I don't like Mixon. I don't like Cook, Hopkins, Ridley. Yeah, man, you lose again. You're 1-5.
All right, so you're going Jet. I'm going myself.
Okay, good. You should. I'm done.
All right, so that's what we got for this week. All right, so Chris, what are we?
Good for
Anyway,
you.
all right, guys, thank you guys for listening.
All right,
There's a lot to cut out.
go Niners. I'm here at the game.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Sunday.
If there's ever video of this, because I bet you this was funny. There'll be no sound for me. It's gonna be just you talking to no one.
I almost want to post that, just like me
That would be funny. Yeah.
talking to you. Listen, a lot of fans are here waiting for Sunday. I'm gonna post up until the game on Sunday. So
Sounds great. That sounds like a good plan. All right, guys. Good luck this week, and hopefully you survive. Goodbye.